Picture this. You finally make a decision that feels right for you. Maybe it's starting a new business, quitting a toxic job, or setting a long overdue boundary. You're excited, hopeful, and proud of yourself. Then you share the news with someone important to you. Instead of encouragement, they dismiss it. Maybe they tell you, "Are you sure that's a good idea?" Or, "That's risky. I wouldn't do that." Suddenly, doubt creeps in. Maybe they're right. Maybe you do need their approval. Maybe if you explain your perspective more, they'll come around. But what if you didn't need to convince them at all? What if you could just let them? Let them doubt you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them make their own choices while you make yours. This is the core of the Let Them theory by Mel Robbins. A simple but powerful mindset shift that can free you from stress, disappointment, and the exhausting habit of trying to control what's outside of your power. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this philosophy is life-changing, how it can bring you peace, and how to apply it immediately to your relationships, career, and personal growth. But before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more transformative life advice, and drop a comment below. Have you ever felt the need to change how someone sees you? Now let's talk about the Let Them theory and why it might just be the most freeing idea you'll ever learn. What is the Let Them theory? Mel Robbins' Let Them theory is built on one core truth. You cannot control other people's opinions, reactions, or decisions, but you can control how much you let them affect you. Think about how often you waste time trying to get someone to respect your boundaries, make a friend show up for you the way you show up for them, convince a family member to support your dreams, change a partner's communication style. We tell ourselves, if I just explain it better, if I try a little harder, if I become more likable, they'll change. But here's the reality. People will do what they want, no matter how much you want them to be different. So instead of exhausting yourself trying to force a different outcome, the Let Them theory says, let them be late. Let them not invite you. Let them gossip about you. Let them disagree with your choices. Let them leave if they choose to. Because when you stop trying to control others, you gain back control of yourself. And here's the magic part. When you let them, you free yourself from the emotional exhaustion of needing their approval. Why this works. The science of letting go. At first, this might sound passive. You might think, if I just let people treat me however they want, won't that mean I'm weak? Not at all. In fact, the Let Them theory is one of the strongest things you can practice because it's about owning your emotional energy. 1. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on the wrong people. Think of your energy like the battery on your phone. You start the day with a full charge. Every time you worry about someone's opinion or try to change their behavior, your battery drains. By noon, you're exhausted, not because of what you did, but because of how much energy you gave away to things you can't control. So ask yourself, are you wasting your charge on things that don't deserve it? The people who truly care about you won't need convincing, and the ones who don't? No amount of effort will ever be enough. 2. Acceptance equals less stress. There's a psychological concept called radical acceptance, the idea that suffering comes not from situations themselves, but from resisting what we can't change. For example, if someone doesn't invite you to a party, instead of wondering why they don't like me, you accept that they made a choice. And that's okay. If your coworker is negative, instead of trying to change their mindset, you let them be negative while you focus on your own mood. If your family doesn't understand your dreams, instead of seeking validation, you confidently pursue them anyway. This shift leads to less stress, better mental health, and stronger relationships. 3. You can't force people to see your worth. Have you ever tried so hard to prove yourself to someone who just never seemed to care? Maybe it was a boss who never recognized your hard work, a friend who only called you when they needed something, a partner who didn't love you the way you deserved. No matter what you did, it was never enough. That's because the people who don't see your value will never see it, no matter how much you try to prove it to them. But the right people, you won't have to convince them. How to apply the let them theory in daily life. Now that we understand why this works, let's talk about how to actually apply the let them theory in real life. 1. Stop explaining yourself. You don't need to justify your decisions. Want to quit your job? Quit. Want to move to another city? Move. Want to start a business? Start. Let them think it's a bad idea. Let them misunderstand you. The only approval you need is your own. 2. Set boundaries without guilt. When someone crosses a boundary, enforce it. If they don't like it, let them. If someone is upset that you won't drop everything for them, let them be upset. If they don't respect your limits, let them make that choice. If they don't like your no, let them sit with it. You're not responsible for how people react to your boundaries. 3. Reframe rejection as redirection. Rejection feels personal, but most of the time, it's actually protection. If someone leaves your life, let them. They weren't meant for your next chapter. If you didn't get the job, let them hire someone else. The right job is waiting for you. If a relationship ends, let them walk away. The right person won't need convincing. Every no clears the path for the right yes. 4. Ask yourself, what happens if I just let them? The next time someone's behavior frustrates you, pause and ask, what if I just let them? A friend cancels plans last minute? Let them. A coworker takes credit for your work? Let them. It doesn't change your worth. A family member criticizes your choices? Let them. That's their opinion, not your reality. Every time you choose peace over control, you win. The moment you stop chasing approval, trying to change people, and controlling every outcome, you set yourself free. The less you try to force connections, the more aligned your relationships become. The less you resist reality, the more peace you find. The less you seek validation, the more confident you grow. So next time someone disappoints you, instead of fighting it, ask yourself, what if I just let them? If this message resonated with you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What's one thing you're ready to let them do? Let them, and let yourself live fully. See you next time.